Hey y'all, welcome back to Tobacco Leaf Legacies. I'm Cheryl. I am so excited for this video. So, welcome to Celebrate Crafts. I told y'all that I would be doing the book reviews and that I would be doing some craft videos. And I am so excited because this is my first craft video. And what I thought I would do first is show you some things that I've made, over the last few years. I have always been a crafty person, and I'm fairly certain I get it from my dad. I will maybe post a couple pictures in here. He's always been, he was always a woodworker. Back in the probably 60s and 70s, he kept his lathe very busy because he turned and made floor ashtray stands, and he made coat racks, and they were gorgeous. So I'll post some of those pictures. And then as he got into the 80s and kind of into the 90s, then he started on some other crafts. Country crafts were big in the 80s and 90s, if you'll remember that. So we would do craft shows, and he would sell a lot of that kind of stuff. He also made Model A cars, trucks, different things. He made roll top desk jewelry boxes. This was not something that he saw somewhere else. This was something that he came up with on his own. He made a roll top desk for my brother and looked at it one day and was like, could I make a miniature one of those? That would be kind of cute. Make it for a jewelry box, make drawers, in there. And so he also made a train. I think I've probably showed a little snippet in another video of a big wooden train that he made. So Dad was very talented in that way. And that's not to take away from Mom. Mom was very talented and creative in her own way. She was very organized in everything that she did. There was a method to the madness for sure. She made every birthday special with her love of theming and decorating. If you were having a big number birthday, she'd go to multiple stores to make sure she gave you a card with that number on it. She was amazing at arranging presents under the tree, so a Christmas morning was always a lot of fun. And if you collected something, she would go out of her way when shopping to find whatever it was that you liked. So I feel like I come from two very creative parents to start with. That probably helps. And then in general, I've always loved being creative. Taking things and making other, things, and maybe growing up, in a sense, at craft shows did this because I was probably one of the only kids walking around and looking at these tables and absolutely appreciating everything that I was seeing. I was just amazed by what these people were making. And because I saw how Dad made things and all the time that went into that, I think it gave me a huge appreciation for things that are handmade. So, little PSA here, if somebody gives you something that they made, y'all, there is so much more time and love and effort and thought and everything that went into that than anything you could buy in a store. I assure you. So, let me show you some of this real quick, and then we'll get into what I'm making this time. Let me show you, let's see. I'll show you this first. And I'll also do some other videos so that you can see it better. Okay. These little guys right here, they were off of my Sweet 16 cake. Okay. I ran across them, a few years ago when I was going through stuff after Mom passed, and I kept them out because I thought, these are so cute. I have to do something with these. What the heck am I going to do with these? Well, I got the idea because there's the little, records here, little record player and whatever. I thought, maybe I could put them on a record. Well, so here we go. So this is nothing but a foam piece that I think I got at Michael's. Cut the little circle out. Now I bought this, Happy Birthday Sweet 16 by Neil Sedaka. I got that, glued that on, and then I thought these would look really cute sitting on the top. And then I went through and I found pictures from my Sweet 16 party that Mom threw for me in North Carolina and put them on there. So this can either just, you know, sit on a shelf as long as it's leaning against something, or with the hole in the middle like that, I can hang it up. So if you've got maybe some little cake decorations like this, figure out how you could put them on something to use them. Now, along that same vein, I'm going to show you this. I am quite proud of this right here. This is the same thing. These little guys right here, this was all cake toppers. I forget what birthday it was. Maybe, I don't know, 5th, 6th, 7th, maybe somewhere in there. And I ran across these as well. And I just thought, oh, these are adorable. I mean, look at them. They are adorable. I have got to do something with them. What can I do? And I thought, well, okay, let's make some sort of little scene. How are we gonna do this? So I got this little kind of cake thing here, which I think I got that at Dollar Tree. I got another piece of foam. That's what's under here, okay? Then, this was kind of step by step here. Then I got some glue, put the glue on here so I could put the moss on it, let that dry. I got a, let's see, I bought a half, what is it called? Half globe, half sphere, half circle. You know what I'm talking about. For here, right? So glued that on, put that on, same thing. And then I just started putting my little guys on. Now what I did with them, with their little feet, was I bought little tacks. I glued them on the bottom of their feet and I stuck them in where I wanted them. Put a little bit of glue on it and stuck it in. I bought the little tree. I just bought that at Michael's. That didn't come with the cake set. And I bought, let's see, I bought these two little animals and this little rabbit over here because I thought, you know, they needed some critters. They're out in the forest and whatever, right? So, very, very proud of this. I love this. And then I'll show you this. Now, obviously this is something I made when Mom passed. And what I did was, sure it's not reflecting the light there. These were flowers that were on an arrangement at her funeral. And I kept them and I dried them, you know, kind of pressed them a little bit. And Mom, she decorated the kitchen in strawberries. I probably mentioned that in another video or maybe show you. So I got some scrapbook paper, strawberries. She loved chocolate, so I got some little Hershey's paper and cut out little hearts, got little pins, and just kind of stuck it in here. And then I wanted to do pictures. So this was kind of the most recent in the middle. And then I wanted to go through sort of each decade of her life and do photos like that. So we have little baby Mom and all the way through to here. And that is a shadow box. So if you'll see, it's kind of thick right here and it opens, okay? It opens so that you can put stuff in there. I made one of these for my brother as well. I love it. And I've got a couple other things, some other pictures of crafts that I made that I will show you. And I think I'm ready to start on our project for today. Here is something that my dad and I actually made. Now, this is a wood frame that I then got this material for. I took a little bit of batting material, you know, like stuffing kind of stuff, and put underneath it just so that it didn't look like I was wrapping a piece of wood. And then I got the grapes and the vines and put that up there. So that is something else that, well, that Dad and I made. Then over here, when I got my girls and I had some extra pictures, I thought, what can I do with these pictures? So I went to Michael's And I got wooden letters and I painted them black. And then I cut the pictures to fit. The H was definitely easier than that little curve in the J. They were a lot of fun to make. And here is something, I made this about 10 years ago. I took a piece of foam board, cut it into a square. Now you'll see the same material is what I used on that valance. So I covered it with that and I put some more of that batting. You'll kind of see, how it's mushy in a sense, like it should be. Then once I put that in there and got it covered, I found these. If you look real close, okay, that little yellow, it is a long brad. Okay, it's a longer brad than usual. And so what I did was I took an ice pick and I poked a hole where I wanted them to go. Okay, and then got the ribbon, crisscrossed it so I could, put the pictures up there, and then got these little like paper flowers. I think I got them maybe off Etsy. But then I took the brad and I pushed it through, and then how you flare the end of it on the other side of whatever it is you're working with. And then I believe I put some tape on it, and then to secure it on here, I just took some command strips. I think I've got the Velcro ones on here, and it's been up here for years. I made this for my girls. I took a pie pan, I took plaster of Paris, and you'll see I have their footprints in there. I took some hair that I had saved from their last trim, included their pictures, and found some sticker letters to put on to spell out their name and everything. And I took, you'll see the ribbon up at the top, I glued that on after it was dry, but the string that's hanging, I actually made sure to put that in while it was drying, so that way it is nice and secure to hold this. This was one that I did a number of years ago. I had this plant stand, it was black, and spring was coming, and I just felt like having some pretty flowers and some bright colors. And so I got this orange paint, sprayed all of that. I went to the Dollar Tree. I found these really cute cans. I got some floral foam. I bought a bunch of flowers from there and put it all together. It was very inexpensive to do, but it was super cute and I was very happy with it. This next one, I had collected all of this stuff. Everything that you see were things that I have collected from, various locations, water locations, and I wanted to do something with that. So I found the wood frame at Michael's and I painted it blue, and I went actually out to a nearby beach and I got some sand and sprinkled around the edge of it while it was still wet. So that would set in there kind of cool. Then I placed everything inside of it where I wanted it to go, and I got some, we'll call it fake water. It's a substance you kind of mix together, and then it has a chemical reaction and then it dries solid. And so I thought this would be really cool to hold everything in place and it would be clear. Then I had a lot of coins that I had picked up from travel. Some of these also came from a small collection that the boyfriend had. And I thought, how do you display coins, right? Like what are we going to do with this? And so I went to the Dollar Tree and I found these cool frames. I haven't painted these or anything. I thought they kind of looked coin-like in their color, and I thought they were really pretty. I grabbed an old map that I had for a background, cut that out, put that on there, and then I just took double-sided tape and put all the coins on here. And it's perfect because now you can sit this up and then you can see all of your pretty coins. This one is something else that I made for my brother. We had, of course, a lot of jewelry that was our grandmothers and our moms and all that. And I wanted to do something really kind of nice to display some of it. And so, you know, I went through it and he picked out some of his favorite pieces and I have mine and all that. And I just thought, let me see what I can do with this. So I had him pick some of his favorite pictures and I printed that out, included it in here. And this is another one of those like deep set shadow box kind of things. I got it at Michael's. And so I put the photo in there and I have little pins to be able to secure everything in, and got that all, you know, I didn't want to cover up the pictures too much. So you'll see I kind of got creative with how I put everything. I thought this was really, really pretty. I am doing one for me as well, but with everything that has been going on the last number of years, I just have not got to mine yet. He was pretty happy with his though. Okay, it's finally time to start crafting here. I got these planters at Dollar General and I got them on a summer clearance, buy one, get one kind of situation, which was perfect. I really liked the design on the outside of these and I thought that they were going to be the perfect size for what I wanted to do. These are the colors that I had decided to go with. And spray painting is one of those things, well, whether it's spray painting or whether you're taking an acrylic paint and brushing it on, whatever you're doing, painting something like this is just a great way to make something over. Fun, easy, cheap. I mean, it's something simple to do if you need to give something some new life. And granted, these were fine the way that they were, but I just had a particular color scheme in mind that I wanted to go with. Now, this was part of it too. I got the black mat at Dollar Tree, and I also got these wooden words at Dollar Tree. And half of this worked and half of it didn't. You'll see how I'm putting them down on the mat and then spraying over them. If I had done this with yellow and white, it would have worked a whole lot better than me using the purple, because the purple just didn't show up as well. And so once I saw that wasn't working, I thought, okay, let me just stick with the yellow. The yellow and the hello. We'll just stick with that, putting it on the mat. Once they were dry, it was time to get some E6000 and bond them together. I like E6000 because it does create a permanent bond, and I wanted these to be secure. And then once I got the glue on them like that, I just took the one, put it on top of the other, and then it was ready to go. I got these big foam blocks at Walmart. I knew with these larger planters that I would need something large like that to go inside to be able to fill the space so that I could put the flowers in there. And so I just took a knife and I started cutting it down. I got a blister doing it, but that's okay. I got it in there. I took some more E6000, put on the bottom of here so that I could glue that to the bottom of the planter. Again, just making sure that it's as secure as I can get it. Since I still had room on the side, I decided to take all of those little pieces and just use them to fill in. So that way I kind of had a flat surface all the way across. And now with the flowers, it's just time to start sticking the flowers in. These big ones here, the purple ones and the greenery, I got at Michael's. That was on sale. And I knew that I was not going to have enough. So right about here, once I got the greenery in here, I had to make another run to Dollar Tree. You ever have that happen before? You got to stop what you're doing and go back out. But it was okay. I went out and I got more flowers and brought them back. And with these, as you'll see, I cut them off of the stem. The bigger ones were fine as they are, but you'll see I took them and cut them off, especially because I was down towards the bottom and I needed to start filling in space. Cutting them off of that gave me more pieces to work with, and it enabled me to kind of fill it in a bit more. Now the moss here is what I decided to use to cover up the foam. And unfortunately, I only had enough for one. These lights, these flower lights, we'll call them, I got them at Dollar General, summer clearance, buy one, get one as well. And when I saw the colors, I just thought, oh, these are gonna be pretty. I gotta put lights in here. And we're to the yellow ones now. I decided to leave these as they were and not cut them, since I had, of course, just gone to Dollar Tree to get a bunch more flowers to fit in here. And you'll kind of see how I'm bending them like that. It helps when you're doing this with flowers not to keep them all straight, but to give them some shape, make them a little bit more realistic, and it kind of fills in the holes a little bit better. And here I am back from my second trip to Dollar Tree to get more foam. Yeah, you know, it's okay. Sometimes that happens. But I got it all covered. Got my yellow light, so it's time to get them on. And these are ones that just work off batteries. So you have the little compartment, you put the batteries in it, you can kind of hide it around in the back and then just turn them off and on when you need them. All finished. So this is how they look outside. Now I will say these are not staying outside. They are not made for outside at all. So I do have them in the house, but if I had a covered porch or patio, something like that, oh yeah, these would be so perfect to put on either side of the door like that. And not all of my crafts are going to be this large. I guess I kind of wanted to start off this little series of my videos with a bang. It's probably one of the largest crafts I've ever done. And I wanted to show you how the little lights looked at night once I turned those on. They were really cute. They were kind of a last minute addition, but I love them. I just think they're so cute, and especially with colors that match. That was perfect. Well, that's it for today, guys. I hope you got a kick out of seeing the crafts that I've already done, showing you some of my dad's crafts that he did, and then the project that we did today with the planters and the flowers. I cannot stress enough how much I love this stuff. And so seasons are coming up. I love seasons, I will tell you. October 1st to January 1st is my absolute favorite time of the year. October is Halloween. November is fall Thanksgiving as far as decorations and stuff are concerned. And then for December, we have Christmas, and I absolutely love it. So I have already been shopping. I've already gotten some things, and so there will be some other craft videos, and I can't wait to share them with you because these are just so much fun. Maybe if you have a particular craft that you like to do or that you have done, let me know about it. Or if there is something particular maybe you'd like to see me do, try, whatever. There are so many different techniques that are out there that I would love to try. So if you have a suggestion, let me know. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for being here. As always, time is precious. Carpe diem. Seize the day. I'll see you next time.